I don't know if Mayor Adams is innocent or guilty, but in my view, it's better for him to walk free than permit the system to bribe him with impunity. Now I want to open up this discussion with my good friends and esteemed lawyers, Doug Burns and David Schwartz. David, to you first. Is this a bribe to the mayor?
It's not a bribe, Judge. I agree with the general premise that you laid out, that there is something wrong with a criminal justice system where if the defendant can do something for the prosecution, their case could be dismissed. But this is normal course of business. Okay, so deals are made all the time in federal court. And this situation is not a bribe. It actually is trying to undo a faulty case in the first place of taking a couple of upgrades on flights. So and other things, which I know we don't want to get into here.
All right, we'll get into some of the details after the break, but I have to get to Doug. I know you don't want to do this. Make the argument that this is a bribe, that there is a quid pro quo. Councilor Burns.
Well, I'm very familiar with your writings on this topic, and we have discussed before, Judge, that there was a Colorado case where a judge determined that when prosecutors make a deal with a cooperating testifying defendant, it's a bribe. And, the argument, obviously, putting aside whether I agree with it or not, is that, of course, you're offering something of value to coerce a person to behave in a certain way. So it matches up like a bribery thing. Here, what's worse, though, it's really not about the bribery, and it's not about the without prejudice. Forget that, because cases are always dismissed without prejudice. The problem is in the memo of February 10th, they say we're going to reevaluate the case after the mayoral election. That's crazy, because that makes it, as you've described it, Judge, and I've been watching you, obviously, a sword of Damocles over his head.
Right. Hang on, guys. We need to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to continue this conversation on how a bribery case appears to be influenced by another bribe right here when the Freedom File returns.